My name is Kyle Featherstone, and I play piano, guitar, and do some vocals.
Hi, I'm Colin Huntington, and I play drums as well as I sing vocals as well.
Hi, I'm Logan Rieger, and I play bass and possibly some vocals.
My name is Justin Hallman, and I play guitar.
Let's see. The Picture Perfect technically kind of started as a music that I started writing, like solo music, and I wanted to do full band stuff, and so I decided to ask Colin to join and do drums, and after that, we needed more artists or more people to play with us, so then we asked Justin, who I met through my girlfriend.
Hello.
Yep, yeah. And Logan back here is potentially our bass player. He's a new guy. But
FMG.
yeah, and it's I guess that's pretty much it. It was kind of just something I wanted to do, and I wanted to not do it by myself, so I wanted to invite friends to play with me, so that's what happened.
And we went into the studio, just Kyle and I,
Yes.
and decided to record everything by ourselves, and it doesn't work live.
No, it doesn't. Let's see. It started back when I was doing, as I explained, doing kind of solo stuff, and I didn't like just having a name. I didn't like being my name. I thought it was tacky. I wanted an actual band name. So I kind of brainstormed a bunch of things, and the very first thing that came to my head actually happened to be The Picture Perfect, and I kind of set it aside because I'm like, I could probably think of better things than that. And so I kind of thought of a bunch of random things, and eventually it just I kept coming back to it, and so I decided I've got to take it. So Colin and I debated back before we started recording, keeping the or not just being Picture Perfect or The Picture Perfect. But we settled on the, and I think the name, the reason I keep coming back to it is I think a lot of the material I write tends to focus around kind of how, at least for myself, there's a struggle with, being good enough or being perfect or, having flaws, and I think a lot of other people deal with the same, it's the same exact things because, that's how life is, and I think a lot of people strive to be, perfect, and I know that's something I struggle with, so it just kind of seemed to fit, kind of being a juxtaposing idea. So yeah, I think that's it. Okay, as a band, I think a lot of, I think the most closest that we not only draw from, but I actually think we kind of sound similar to, in addition to, is A Rocket to the Moon. Really enjoy their stuff. Let's see, what else?
Somerset.
The Somerset.
Really like them.
Yep.
Sir Mix-a-Lot, he really taught me a lot.
The Rocket Summer. The Cab.
Definitely. Mayday Parade.
Yep, Mayday. And we all have a soft spot for Fall Out Boy.
Hell yes.
I don't think there is
a... not love Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, there isn't a moment... There isn't a practice where we don't break out in a random Fall Out Boy song at one point in time, because that's, Fall Out Boy probably would, aside from Blink-182. Okay, almost forgot that.
All-time low as well.
Might as well say all-time low.
Yeah, okay, we're getting out. Okay.
Anyways.
Number one would probably be Blink-182. Then all-time low, because they're kind of like a newer Green Day, because they're all silly, and we really like to be silly and be fun. New Blink. Awkward, yeah.
Awkward.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, and I think, that's as a band.
As a band, that's probably what we got.
Individually, I know I personally draw
Andrew McMahon.
a lot. Yeah, they all know I'm obsessed. I absolutely adore Andrew McMahon from Something Corporate and Jack's Mannequin. He is a phenomenal musician and pianist, and okay, we're done. Stop. And if you ever like look into just kind of his life story and whatnot, I think it's extremely inspiring. And so that's a lot of what I draw from piano wise. Same with Bryce Avery from the Rocket Summer, when as far as piano music and a lot of what he does. Also, Alex De Leon from the Cab, who is awesome.
And hot.
He's a very attractive man, I will be honest. And
Be real.
Mark Hoppus is kind of a sweet guy, and he's, back when I started playing music with Blink, he always stood out. So, your turn?
My turn. Okay. See, Travis Barker, number one, I taught myself how to play drums by listening to Blink and to Travis Barker. So he obviously plays a huge role in what I do. Ryan Dawson, drummer of All Time Low, as well. He's very similar in style. I also look at Patrick Stump as a singer. He's definitely just phenomenal, and I definitely sing with him a lot just to try and loosen everything up. Jason Lancaster is another really, 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 his writing.
He's a man. He's fantastic.
He's just, his writing, no matter what I'm listening to, his writing gives me goosebumps. I guess Paramore, obviously, Zach Farrell, great drummer. Taylor Farrell, great guitarist. They're all Haley Williams, of course.
Yeah.
I'd say that's...
All right, I guess screw that. My musical influences started with a lot of classic rock, so I'm kind of opposite of a lot of these guys. I like Led Zeppelin, and Jimmy Page is just amazing. I liked AC/DC back in the day, but I kind of not so much anymore. I do love any kind of punk rock, so Billy Joe Armstrong is my hero, and Fall Out Boy have all their CDs. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I love any kind of punk rock.
Nice.
And Justin Timberlake.
Sure.
Sure. Because that's what you call me. I'll agree.
And yours hot.
And yours hot.
Your turn.
Well, it's my turn now?
Yeah.
Young boy.
Alright, a few of my influences are like Mark Hoppus from Blink-182, Mike Ferry from We Are the In Crowd, Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy, and Zach Merrick from All Time Low, and to top it off for bass players, Gene Simmons for the showmanship, yeah, for how well they actually show themselves on the stage and put it all out there. And another, like, an old classic rock band that I'd listen to all the time was Dio. And that was also a big influence for me to get into music.
That's good. Also, I have to say it, otherwise I'll feel really like it's not good if I don't. Aaron Gillespie, singer, songwriter, guitar player, drummer, freaking anything. He's probably number one. Holy crap.
I would say most importantly is that I strive to make the band very piano based.
We strive to make the band piano.
Well, that when I was writing these songs, I strive to make them piano centered. So, like I said, so that's kind of what I go off of, and I think there's not a whole lot of bands like that. There was Something Corporate, but they're not together anymore. And I know the Cab has, some piano stuff too. So, and I think that kind of sets us apart, and kind of gives it more of a, I guess, mature sounding, sound.
Full sound as well.
Yeah. And not so like poppy. Like there's a lot of really kind of like punk poppy power pop bands out there, you know, kind of with whiny singers and stuff. And along with that, I think our songs are more, I guess, kind of subject matter more mature sounding or written in a sense, so it's not so like whiny or like let's party sort of a thing.
Just
Yeah. So
like basically putting it in a nutshell, we don't use a ton of synth like a bunch of other pop punk bands.
yeah.
More piano.
Yeah. Another thing I think is important is we all sing, and so I think not that other groups don't do that, but I strive to make like a lot of harmonies. Oh shit, we forgot to talk about Hanson.
Oh!
Okay, well, we're done with this question. If we can, we want to talk...
No, we'll just do it now. Hanson, another band influence, greatest band ever. Loved them since they were 8.
Okay,
go back.
So that's why we do a lot of harmony stuff. And I think that's... Okay. Essentially, so far with the songs that we have on the album, it starts with me thinking of like an idea or something, normally something I think sounds good, and then me kind of recording like an extremely rough demo. I'll record drums with an electric kit that I have. I'll do the guitar, I'll do the piano, I'll do all the parts that I think could go somewhere, or just to kind of get an overall sound of what it could sound like, and then give the song to like Colin, and then he'll figure out a drum part to go, and then from there it's a lot of kind of working and kind of like finding better things to do in certain spots.
Going back and forth.
Yeah, and that's kind of what happened with the album, because essentially I wrote all the songs and then asked Colin to play with me, and then we took all the songs I had, kind of tried to like work together, and then went in the studio and recorded everything, just the two of us. So we haven't officially hit full band writing, but I'm assuming it'll go similarly, just me then coming with an idea to the rest of the band, and then us just taking it somewhere else,
Writing it from there.
Yeah.